When I go live like this. What's up? What's up? What's going on with y'all, fam? Hope everything's well. Hope everything is well in your life. I'm going straight YouTube. No StreamYard, no nothing. And it's been, man, maybe 6, 7 months since I done a straight YouTube live. Good evening. I just want to tell you all good evening. I hope y'all doing well. I'm gonna see if I can bring in the comments, man. Let me shut off all of these notifications. Reconnect. Let's see. Notifications off. Not disturbed. Damn. How y'all doing this evening? What's up? Seed, soil, and sunshine. What's going on? What's going on? I'm just gonna go on this quick live. I'm gonna try to do a little bit better with my lives, and then go a bit more frequent with the lives, and just show you all what's going on out here on the homestead. So I am enjoying this afternoon. We're in the 90s. We were in the 110s, 112s, far as heat index, but then it'll say it's only 92, 93 degrees. I don't get that. I asked some people, people said that, yeah, there was always a heat index and a temperature. But if you tell me that it feels like it's 110, or it feels like it's 102, or 103, or 99 degrees, to me, it's 99 degrees. I really don't care about the actual temperature. It really feels like it's 102. So my body reacts to what's really going on or how it feels. So how y'all doing? Y'all let me know y'all doing good. If y'all can hear me, see me clearly in the chat, let me know. Give me a thumbs up and let me know you can hear me and see me in the chat. And we're gonna jump on in. Because today I wanted to kind of talk about a few things. I did my first live as far as Eco Nation News, which, if God be willing, I'll be doing it again this coming Sunday. So y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing that again, and we're gonna work on it again. And I'm gonna try to get back in the rotation of kind of putting the Eco Nation News. What's up, D Jackson? How you doing? I got a thumbs up. Seed, soil, and sunshine. Thank you, y'all coming in. So I wanted to kind of address a video I just dropped. I just dropped a video, and if y'all hadn't seen it, go check out my channel. Make sure if you're not liking and subscribe to stay on top, like and subscribe to my channel. I'm not getting pushed out by whatsoever. Every view that I get right now on YouTube is all about you. It's all about you and what you're giving me. The only views I get are from the people, based on the analytics, or the people that come back and view my channel and that shares my videos. So if you're viewing my videos, please share it, please like it, please comment, because it matters. And if you're not doing the mainstream entertainment, talking politics, you're doing all this, you're getting suppressed. You know, this is the bottom line. It's whatever is popular. But how do you change the momentum on what's popular? Is by you doing something that's contrary. And how do you move that whole ball? Is you're going to have to step outside your comfort zone and do something different. So, with that said, there were comments that I want to address about, actually, that happened a few weeks ago, about people or animals. I done had everything from Sasquatch to little Sasquatch to people shooting on my land. They told me it's my neighbors. Fam, I have no physical neighbors. I'm the only establishment on this block as far as living. We got farmland. Now people own land, but there's no homes, no nothing within a country block. So 40 acres over here, 20 acres over here, 80 acres behind me, and 80 acres in front of me. No other homes. So who was in the woods, fam? Y'all let me know who was in the woods. If somebody was in the woods. And somebody said there could be hunters. So every time I come outside in my own yard on my own land, I need to wear a vest, an orange vest, to let hunters know where I am. That's not going to happen. Um, So I want to talk about real briefly about when you buy land and you coming out here in the rural area. Take your time and do your research. Take your time and find out what community are you entering in. Yeah, you don't know it, but know the demographics, know the tone, know the criminal report, know what's going on, know the activities, know all of that stuff because it's going to matter. Because you can choose a location where the land looks good, the equity looks good, the price looks good, but it may not look good for you and your demographics. Hello, my beautiful melanated people. And if it don't look good, be prepared to stand on business. Y'all seen over these last 3 years since we've been back here that you cannot entertain people you don't know that does things. If they move in a way like they know you, but they don't know you, be careful with entertaining those people. If they do things that they've been doing, but you're not accustomed to, be careful of those people. Let me explain. Even when I was in the city, I had this home in the city, and we relocated to this city. We lived in an apartment for a few years, and the neighbors were so disrespectful. They'd be up all times of night. Their children be doing all kinds of things that I don't even want to talk about. I had young kids at the time, and we lived above them. They lived downstairs. I don't care whether I got up and walked on my balcony at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the middle of the morning, 3 o'clock. They were always out there. I'm not against no smokers, but they was always out there smoking. They was talking. They was doing this. They were doing that. But because I'm not a smoker, I could not find a time that I can go out on my patio and not breathe in all of that smoke. And so when we finally said, I said, look, we got to get out of here. My wife, Gigi, was like, she's not having it. Something got to change. We went into beast mode. We went and saved up. We got credit right. We got everything. We got everything lined up, and we found a home, which was my last home that I just sold. And week one of us being there, my neighbor came on the property with his ride lawnmower, and he was cutting portions of my yard. He was blowing clippings in my driveway unannounced, and I was livid. And I'm like, I will establish my territory based on friendship with my neighbor. And I knew I needed to be out in the country from that point on time. So I went out and I asked him to stop his lawnmower so I can talk to him. He had like he didn't even see me. He just riding, boom, 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 boom. He was a retired cop, all that kind of stuff. Used to being in a authoritative mode, right? Who are you to question me type thing. I'm not saying all cops like that. I'm just saying he was in that mode, right? And I got in front of his lawnmower. I said, look, now this is my own yard, fam. This is in my own yard. And we like a 1 week in this property, moving in. And I said, hey, call his name, sir. I said, this is my yard here. Please do not come and cut on my yard. And then on top of that, you're putting all the clippings on my driveway. And at that time, I used to keep my cars immaculate and all that kind of stuff. And who wants clippings all over your driveway? And I didn't know whether he was gonna get it up or not. And he was like, "Oh," he put out a cigarette. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna blow all of that off. I do this and do that." And I'm like, and I said, "No, I'm asking you not to cut my grass." He said, "I see you out there pushing, because I had pushed the yard one time, but do you not understand from living in an apartment to going to your own home with your own property? Man, I felt golden. I don't care whether I had to push the yard or whatever. I was pushing it, but I was pushing with pride, and I enjoyed it. It was relaxing to me, right? Even though I wasn't used to pushing because I was out of shape at that time, and yeah, It was strenuous in the heat of the summer in North Florida. It was hot. So he really felt like he was doing me a favor. But in the actuality, he was invading my privacy. And you have to, at the early stage, when you own property, whether it's in rural area, whatever, you have to establish your boundaries. It's like a relationship. You buy a home, you buy a piece of property. Whoever you buy that property next to, you're gonna have to live with them people for a period of time. Some people come and some people go, but you're gonna have to establish your boundaries. You're gonna have to put it there. And the earlier you do that, the better you will be long term. So he's telling me, the the people that own the home before you, they didn't cut the grass, so I just typically cut the grass, and he was killing the grass because he was cutting it too low. I'm a landscaper. He's cutting the grass way too low, but he didn't like to cut his yard, right? So what he did, my picture looked bad. Oh, okay. I'm in a bad location. Okay. All right. Appreciate that, Gigi. What's up? Yep, same here. Everything looks bad. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer. I was out there in the woods. Is it getting better? Is it getting just a little bit better? Y'all let me know. I'm moving closer to my Wi-Fi, seeing if it getting a little bit better. I don't know whether I got my Wi-Fi on or not. Let me try to cut my Wi-Fi on. Hold on for a second. Yeah, my Wi-Fi on. That's easy money. Okay. What we got about the money? With all that land, I would have honey, hives, and Christmas trees. Well, my thing is, in all due respect, who is that talking to me? Rain. In all due respect, when you get your land, you do exactly what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody buy land for different reasons. Some people are conditioned or in the mode of money, 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 money. I didn't buy this land for no money. Now, I do plan to buy some land for some money, but I didn't buy this land for no money. It's great if it works for money, but I bought this land for personal peace, for my anxiety, and for a lot of other things, sustainability and investment in the future. The first thing people told me to do, cut all these planet pines. This is planet pines all around me. The first thing they told me to do, cut down the planet pines, harvest the pine, get the money off the pine, and build you a house. Ah, that's fine. That's great. But that ain't what I want to do. And that's the beautiful thing about when you do what you want to do. More people will do with I would do X, Y, versus what I need to do. That's the funny thing about it, man. That's the whole thing. Money not a motivation of mine. Just enjoying the earth. Well, it's all good, right? And you decide that you want to and all that. Personally, uh, I might do some hunting, but every time I get hit by a honeybee, I got a good friend of mine. He got over 240 acres, and he got a bunch of honey, and I helped harvest some of it. But I swole up like a big dog, and it's different. And my thing is, I'd rather do something else. So that's just me. Nothing wrong with that. Fact, same here, Eco. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Um, time I said that, it's telling me to reconnect. OMG, I love fresh. It's my dream. Good luck to him. Yeah, I mean, I love consuming it. It's a lot of things, I love a little steak, but I don't know if I want to grow it. I love some goat meat. Right now, I don't want to grow it due to my lifestyle. Not to say I won't do it, but it's all good. Country hustle, what's going on? Audio rough. Okay. Can y'all give me your buffering? Let me cut the Wi-Fi back on. Let me try this again. All right. We're gonna do. Give me a few seconds. I just cut the Wi-Fi back on. We're gonna see if that does better. I'm closer to the home. See if everything gets a little bit better. If me cutting the Wi-Fi on and I'm closer, give me a thumbs up. Now be rich. If you can hear me, if you can hear me, my brother, this is part of the reason why I don't do a lot of live. It's too much work. And it's so inconsistent for me out here in the bush. I'm just not in the city. I'm not connected with no high speed internet. I don't have none of that stuff. And it's a lot of work to go live when you truly out here in the middle of nowhere. Cause really, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. I got one thumbs up, so I hear you just fine. Okay, the sound is good. Is the picture good? Except for me and my face, is the picture good? Y'all give me a thumbs up if the picture good. So I know you can hear me good, but is the picture good? If the picture good, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to have a discussion with you. I don't mind for picture is clear. Okay, all right, all right, all right. I don't know how much you heard or how much you didn't hear, but I'm just saying appreciate y'all being here. Shiny 2003, what's going on? Bless up, bless up, bless up. Thank you all for coming in. But I want to kind of talk to you about this thing called life. You know, I done got a lot of feedback about things that I should do on the property, strategies I should. Let me tell y'all, some land, you got to understand, you're gonna have to protect your land. I get it. I, I I have law enforcement family and friends very close to me. They are not going to save you if somebody comes onto your property. They are not going to help you if somebody is an immediate threat. They are not going to be here in enough time to help your wildlife, your livestock, your animals, your family. You know, being out here in this rural area, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes for immediate response to even get here. When you take on this lifestyle, you got to be prepared to be law enforcement, city manager. You got to build your own community, and you're going to have to take uh, a real step forward to truly secure your property. People, when you first move onto a piece of property, people will try you. I was sharing a story about my neighbor that was coming over my property in my last home. I don't care whether you're in the city. I don't care whether you are. You're going to have to establish boundaries, fam. And you got to make that decision on how you want to do it. Some people say, hey, I'm going to be friends with this person. I'm going to build a community around me. When you're out here in these woods, you don't know what you're facing. You don't know who you're going to face. If you are a person that's seasoned, it's probably better because you already understand how life works and how things work. But one of the things to understand is no matter what race, what creed, what sex you are, you could be females out here starting this thing, you could be males out here starting this thing, people will find you. They will notice the movement will take place. They will noticing you clearing your land. They will hear different sounds and noises, equipment, trees breaking. They're gonna come onto your land. They're gonna be curious. Some people are very innocent, but it's a lot of people that will try to come and they won't be innocent. Come here. Get out the road. She got to move, babe. Come here. Come. All right, babe. But it's okay. And this is the thing. It's okay. It's no different between moving in a neighborhood. And for some of you all who have had these gated communities or whatever, you still got people that want to be nosy. They want to figure out who you are, what you're doing, where you from, what's going on, and you're gonna have to establish your boundaries. Now, out here in the rural area, you're gonna have to be a little bit more aggressive. And and if you're thinking about really trying to have some personal space and maintaining your personal space, you're gonna have to be a little bit more aggressive than normal. If you used to organization, which I don't call organization, but we're gonna put that on the shelf. So be prepared for that, fam. And I see so many families, they try to barter, they try to reason with this and that in the beginning. But you got to understand, fam, you could have a awesome person owning property next to you, a great person owning property next to you. It could even be your family member that's staying next to you, fam. And you haven't lived next to them in 10 and 20 and 15 years. You're going to have to say, hey, I'm going to have to establish boundaries. Boundaries are not bad. Your whole point in coming out here in this country and being able to walk without somebody coming to your doorstep, being able to roll over and sleep if you want to sleep in and not be interrupted, or being able to get up early in the morning and walk around without the neighbor dogs coming in and other animals coming on your property, or even people being nosy, you're gonna have to establish boundaries. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It may seem aggressive or maybe not as cordial as you would think, but you got to do that. If you don't do that, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be faced with some challenges. And the longer you put that off, the more you have to deal with it. Let me go to the chat, fam. So who we got in here? We got Country Hustle 101. What's going on? My picture blurry. Is my picture blurry still now? Let me know. We got Regina Michelle. What's going on? Bless up, bless up, bless up. Who we got? Who we got? Rain. A fire would be my suggestion. Fear, not too concerned about wildlife. A fire? Oh, you talking about these trees and the fire? Yeah, okay. That's cool. Um, I have that issue the first month after I purchased. I had to get ugly. Be rich. It ain't getting ugly. And that's what I want to do. That's my whole point in this video. It's gonna be real short, this live, but I listened to a lot of comments. Why did you have to shoot? Is people shooting at you? People trespassing? You got neighbors? I have no neighbors. I have no neighbors. I own 80 acres, 60 acres, another 20 acres. I have no neighbors. If they out here and if they in any proximity of this place, they trespassing. Bottom line, they trespassing. I get it. The purple flags, the purple tag. I have none. I have none whatsoever. I don't know whether the state does this or not. But I'm from the country, and that's the thing. I think a lot of people they left the country. They went to the city, and they really don't understand what country life is. I have I have no objections to people having Confederate flags, Confederate tags, shooting in the air. I have no objections to that. Hanging Trump signs or whatever. That does not bother me whatsoever. The only thing that might rattle my cage is if you come back here in my area and unannounced, inquisitive, and looking for something. Some people looking, depends on their tier. Some people, actually, I done had people like, oh, they together. You know they've been going through some chemical dependencies. You know they've been going through some other things, and they back here, they looking. I don't care whether they there or they got their kids. I done had people come back here with their kids, all of that. You have to establish, you need to ask for permission to enter. And you have to stand on that. When you talking about leaving the city, coming to the country, you talking about living out here in the country, you need to let me know that you plan on coming here. You can simply leave a message with your telephone number on the mailbox. It's ways you can do it. You can send me a letter. My address is on the mailbox. And you say, I would like to meet you. You new to the area, this and that. It's so many respectful ways you can do that. This is not in a HOA. This is none of that. For you to come back here, 3 in football fields, to come down a trail, to come here to see. I was just saying, hello. No, we got problems. For you, I even have country cats, they walk. They don't know what they're walking into when I first got back here. And I covered it on the video. You do not be patient with people that do that. You want to know why? Because they disrespect you by doing that. They don't know you. They don't know nothing about you. So you need to establish that. If you don't, when you're not there, when you're traveling, they're going to watch your patterns. They're going to watch a lot. Nothing to do out here. They're going to know when you go to work. They're going to know this. They're going to know that. They're going to know your Amazon packages. They're going to know all of that. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to be curious because they have nothing to do. And you can call it cold all you want to, but if you want to protect your peace, you're going to have to protect your peace. Even in the Bible, what did they do with the majority of the apostles? If we're going to get biblical, since some of those people that want to comment, they're biblical. What happened to the majority of those apostles? Look it up. And you can be as patient and kind as you want to and try to reason with people. You're going to have to establish that early in the game. So guess what happened? I was labeled. I done had, these are the things that I've been labeled. I've been working for the government, undercover. I'm FBI. I'm a little off. I do this, I do that. I'm a human just like you, but I want my peace. And I did not come out here to just have routine, unexpected guests. If I want to be butt raw naked out here, I want to be butt naked out here with no interruptions. And I will protect my peace. I'm not afraid to protect my peace. Guess what happens? Once you do that, the word gets out in the country. And people start to really respect you. So now you get these things. Hey, I've seen you live on such and such. I just wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood, this and that, you know. I heard you back there shooting and doing this and that. Yeah. And now you get the respect. Just like that dude and a couple of dudes sneaking in my yard at my last home, picking my hibiscus, his mama picking the hibiscus, he grabbing lizards at 11 and 12 o'clock at night, all around my windows and stuff. I had to use a tactic to get him to think about what he was doing. The same guy that was a retired cop wanted to cut portions of my yard down to a lower level than I wanted my grass, even though I reseeded my grass, he cutting it down. And he says, okay, I'm going to blow off your driveway, even though all the clippings, which I had a bagger on my lawnmower because I mulched my lawn, because I wanted to eat out of my yard. I didn't want to spray pesticides. But he don't care nothing about that. He hated cutting his grass, so he cut the grass low. He came over to my area. He said, well, before you came, your neighbors didn't keep the yard well. So I just automatically just cut this half, this portion of your yard. I said, no, sir. There's no need for you to cut that no more. At first, he acted like he didn't even hear me. He was on the ride no more, acting like he didn't see me. And I'm like, how you not see me on the ride no more? And we out here in the middle of a yard with no obstructions. And I had to say, hey, stop the lawnmower. Because he wanted to talk to me with the lawnmower running. I said, no, you need to cut that off. We need to have an understanding. That's the first week I got there. Guess what? When he needed something, he would call me. Let me tell y'all, fam, after all of this stuff, you will be okay. They will be okay. They just need to understand the boundaries. We still got along. I helped them with some things. He would call me every now and then, and he needed some things, but he was very much more respectful. And in order to do that, you're going to have to stand on your principles and your beliefs. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And so it's okay. So if you're buying land, you're coming out here in the rural area, people sniffing around, they're going around, you need to establish boundaries. And they need to get the message real quick because they don't expect for you to come like that. They expect for you to be, oh, okay, well, I didn't expect you, but no, no, no. Understand this. You came here today, you see everything. I told this one guy when he popped up at my RV during the time we was living in an RV, he popped. I said, do me a favor, look around right now. You look around, you see it? I said, now you see what everything looks like right now. Don't come back here no more. Don't come back here no more unless you invited. Otherwise, you are not welcome. And some people say, oh, you got to be like that, eco, this and that. Yes, yes. Because I have family, I have people I'm responsible for. And if you come to Eco Nation, I'm responsible for you. And you're going to be safe. When you visit Eco Nation, you're going to be taken care of. You're going to be safe. And you're going to feel good about it. You're not going to be worried about whether somebody going to walk up on you or somebody going to come, or somebody out here in the woods or whatever. You're going to know you're good. That's what's going to happen. Because I'm going to establish that. I'm going to allow you to feel safe and relaxed. The whole experience, this whole thing, right? So understand this, fam. The world is not pretty. It's not fair. It's not equal. It's not nice. You have a few people that are nice, friendly, cordial, and have very few ill intentions. But a lot of people, they looking for what you can provide for them, whether it's good or bad. As long as you can give them what they looking for and what they asking for, you good. The moment you say no is the moment they cut you off. The moment they no longer want to deal with you. And I hate it. But that's real life. That's real life. And I can't wait 40 minutes if somebody coming to me and at my family. I can't wait 40 minutes to be like, hold on, wait a minute, wait till the law comes because he gonna deal with you. Hold it, wait a minute. Don't do that. I gotta wait because the law gonna deal with you. I ain't in this country. You gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. Listen, it can be innocent, just people looking for a gun. You know, Rain, this is a beautiful thing. Every time we talk about this and be rich, I'm just letting you know, my friend. People like this Rain is just it's troll movement. It's always troll movement. They here trying to be like, oh, Kumbaya, this and that, and we watch on the news every day things happen. And if you're innocent, you're gonna be respected. Like for me, I have no ill will when I'm coming to visit you. Okay, just say Gigi, I'm coming to visit Gigi. Gigi out here in the woods, I'm coming to visit Gigi. I see Gigi at the mailbox. I slow down, I cut my car off, I show my hand, I say, hey Miss Gigi, how you doing? I am such and such, such and such. I do not drive into Miss Gigi's driveway. Go down an enchanting driveway. Go up, ride around her property. Go down the trails that I don't know where they lead to. Ride around the trails, look around the trails, and then when I'm finished looking around, I come back to Gigi's house, and then I come and then knock on Gigi's door and say, "Hey, I'm your neighbor, Eco." I don't do that. The problem is these days and other days. You look back in the Western days and all that, when America was unestablished, when places were unorganized, as they said, what did they have around them and how did they move? Just go back and look at the old Westerns. You see what's going on. And I'm telling you, you out here, Rain, I don't know where you at. And I don't even care. But the way you moving, I can tell you're a troll. I'm gonna let you get your minutes of fame, but I'm not gonna address you too much more. Homesteader, Rachel, what's going on? Bless up, bless up, bless up. I appreciate the ones who straight out say, I'm just being nosy. I appreciate that too. I appreciate too. Let's see. Family man, what's going on? Good to see you, family man. I appreciate you always supporting the live and coming on in the secret garden. Yeah, in the secret garden. That's crazy. Okay, I did. Let's see. Sometimes you have to get with people, and I think I understand what you mean. But this is the thing: get with people. I just want to establish boundaries. Think about this: a fence does not ask for permission. A fence or a sign that says no trespassing does not say please. A sign that says you are being watched, you're under surveillance, does not say, can you please let me video you? It doesn't do that. Offense says, if you allow me to, I'm asking you not to come across it. That's not what happens. And it's okay. The whole point of a fence, a sign, anything, is to say, look, the buck stops here. And it's okay. You're not disrespectful. You're not nothing. You know? You can have every tree and fruit and herb of this garden, but these two trees don't touch them. Why in the world, since the beginning of man and creation, we've had boundaries, but the moment we set boundaries with others, we gotta have so much justification. I don't want to. I really don't understand it. I really don't understand it. By nature, we need to set boundaries. They have no clue. Neither of us are built like that, though. I mean, my thing is get it together. Don't come out here skipping and hopping and whistling and thinking you're gonna be okay and thinking everybody's like warming, friendly, and loving you. The reason why I can sit in the secret garden and lay back is because you first have to establish the foundation. The reason why you can sit in your home or your building, your apartment, is because they gotta break up the ground. They gotta clear the ground. They gotta lay down a foundation and then build on that. It's a disturbance of what is already there. No is my favorite word. Hey, I mean it is what it is. I got it. Okay. What up? What up? About that land life. What's going on? I see you out there. I mean, I see you getting it in, man. You getting it in. I see all the solar action going on. Congratulations. Salute to you in the water, my brother. Good job. Keep pushing on. Keep moving on. Those things are for an honest man. I'm honest. I ain't gonna steal from you. I ain't gonna take from you. If you tell me these are the rules, this is what you need to do, I'm gonna do it. I don't want to obtain things underhandedly or conniving or in a deceitful manner. I feel like I'm an honest man. Um, and still to this day, people do business with me because of my history and my integrity. But that has nothing to do with boundaries. It has nothing to do with protecting your peace. Nothing at all. Your peace does not come at no cost. It's funny. In order for a lion or a bear or even fish in the pond to establish a place of peace. They have to ward off any opposition. They have to establish a territory. But for some reason, we don't think we animals. Some reason we think we intellectual humans. We think that everyone is on another pathway that we've been lied to. And the truth is, we animals. And I keep telling, I had a good guy that I respect today that kind of talked to me about feel like I've come to direct with saying certain things, and it's like I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but he just didn't understand where I was coming from. But after our conversation, he said, "Okay, I got you." Let me tell you this: every day you get up, every night you sleep, something dies, but at the same time, something eats. I'm gonna say that one more time. Every moment of every hour, something dies and something eats. And in order to survive, something must die. I don't care what you're vegan, herb, or omnivore, carnivore, something gonna die for you to survive. And you gotta ask yourself the question, what are you gonna do? You gonna eat or you gonna be eaten? The goal is not to cause harm, it's just to survive. When you got this land out here in this rural area, the goal is not to put anything down. It's to survive. It's to be at peace. And sometimes in order to do that, you have to build a fence. You might have to put some purple tape or purple paint. You might have to put some signs up. And sometimes you might have to confront some people. That's okay. Don't make you a bad person. But you better stand on business and you better be ready for war. Because it is what it is. I mean, every day, these animals, these plants, the sun, the clouds, the moon, the stars, they fight to survive. Same thing, just like us, fam. That's what we're doing. And it's okay. Life is still beautiful at the end of the day. I'm fixing to get ready and sit on my deck and look at my flowers and look at my plants and enjoy the rest of this afternoon. But the only way I can do that with peace and not being interrupted, not having nobody walk up on my property, not having somebody walking around or entering in uninvited, is to establish boundaries. Same thing in life. Whether it's relationships, your job, your career, traveling, whatever. Know yourself enough to know what you like and what you don't like and stand on it. It's not hard. It's not hard because if you look at it, the opposite is pleasing people that don't respect nothing that you want or nothing that you desire. That's the opposite. So you make the decision. You spend your life pleasing people that don't even never thought about what you wanted, how you wanted, the way you wanted, or you live your life in a part where you be like, I'm enjoying this. Every now and then, I have to establish boundaries, but the majority of it, I live in peace. Protect your thing. I'm gonna go in the chat and I'm finna get out of here. Uh, what we got? Growing with Hudson, what's up? What's up? What's going on, Growing with Hudson? Good to see you. Timothy, what's going on, Timothy? Appreciate y'all popping in. Yes, sir. You are my inspiration, true story. You know what, man? I appreciate that, man. You know, life shouldn't be that hard if we can build a community. And I'm gonna leave out on this. I know I something to leave, but we need people willing to step up. We need people willing to show. Not necessarily what you need to do, but we need some leadership, and not necessarily to lead people, but lead the way. I don't know if y'all understand that. It's like this: somebody carved Highway 19 that goes from Florida to all the way up in North America. That later on became 75, Interstate 75. You don't have to take 19, you don't have to take 75. But if you decide that you want to get somewhere and get somewhere quicker, you can take that path because somebody cut that path. And that's all it is. That's all this journey is. When you come to this channel, you look and I tell you about things I faced in life. It's not to tell you what to do or how to do it. But you know what it is? I'm hoping that you ain't got to cut the same bushes that I had to cut. I'm hoping that you don't have to cross the same path and build bridges and build some things that I had to build. That's my goal. That's the goal. So when you say that, my brother, I appreciate that. That's inspiration to me. It makes me want to cut another path. It makes me want to go to do something else. It's not a prideful thing, but it's a community thing. And somehow, I don't know what year, what time, we lost community. Even though people got on our nerves when they asked for sugar, they asked for some bread, we still gave it to them. You know, it used to be where, boy, you smart, but that's your neighbor kid. You ain't raised that child, but you know what you did? When they were selling something, you gave something to them. When they were going the wrong way, you got involved. You know, when somebody was doing certain things, whether they was trying to obtain certain things, trying to work for certain things, or they were struggling, there used to be a part where you cared about that. And you cared about that person, what they were going through. You waited to open the door for somebody. When you saw your elderly struggling to carry something, you said, "Hey, let me grab that. I got that for you." It used to be a time when you looked for your community. You looked to help somebody. It was time where you didn't need to call no police. Community took care of that. You didn't have to worry about old boy beating on old girl. Y'all took care of that. And now it's perceived in this society that's wrong. But for some reason, I go back and I remember when having full conversation, even as a child, I knew the police officer that worked our neighborhood. I knew the mailman that worked our neighborhood. I knew the insurance man that worked our neighborhood. He can go in the house and get the envelope that my big mama left the money for the insurance money, even though she wasn't there. He can go in there and sign off on there and leave a receipt and take the money and keep on going. And even though this drunk man standing over there to the side, then watch my grandmama leave the house and know that it's insurance man day. He stood there, and if anybody tried to come to my big mama house to get that money, because everybody knew that the insurance man was coming through that day, he would say something. He used to be community, where one guy that had a good Buick Dukes and a quarter, Electra, with photos, they used to take people to the grocery store, and you got 6 and 7 people piled up in the car. Yeah, I know the seat belts and all that. I get it. I get it. But guess what? He would take everybody to the grocery store. They give him a little some money for gas and his time, and it was all right. It used to be community where we used to share our tribulations, share our greatness. When you couldn't pay for rent, you throw the little barbecue, you throw the little cookout, and everybody knew that it was a rent party. Everybody knew it was a rent cookout. And they and talking about, yeah, you were flossing last month, but now you no, it was a party. And you came through and you gave a little money and you helped out. Used to be a time where the father of the family went off to the service, went overseas, and the mama was trying to do the best she could raising them kids. And it used to be a time where Mother or Sally Ann would come over and help her with them kids while she hung out clothes. Or whether she just walked outside, and I know it ain't cool, but she took a smoke. Or she might have just went down the street just to get away, to get a little bit of time. It used to be a time where we paid attention to each other and we had what we call a community. But somehow, it ain't cool no more. You might get sued, you might get locked up, you might get charged pressed against you. It used to be a time where that didn't matter. Where here I am, little Eco, walking down the street, get a rock as I walk down the railroad track, me and my cousin. And then we see an empty house and we pick up a rock off the railroad track and we start throwing it at that house. It used to be a time where the neighbor next to that empty house would come out the house and come tell us to come here. And guess what he used to do? Not only he used to put something on our backside, but then come take us to our grandmama, to our mama house and tell us what happened. Then we had to deal with that. It used to be a time where we had community. It used to be a time. But now, the only way you can do that is by you teaching and instilling into your own personal family and teaching them about a community and start there. And then give you a little land, give you a little space, start building your community. And then once you can get your infrastructure in and everything else, now open it up and show some other people about what it's like building a community and the benefits it is. See, my truck and my trailer, I lost it because I couldn't pay for it. But because now I got a community, old boy over here got a trailer and a truck, and he said he gonna let me borrow it. I don't have to figure out a way or pawn my title or take out no loan to go rent no trailer and rent no truck. It used to be a time we used to just take care of each other. And the only thing that's going to change the momentum of whatever we got, we're going to have to unplug the news, all that crazy stuff, and just live off the land, take care of each other, build a community, one family at a time, and then expand from that family to other people. And then encourage other people to come on out here and build a community. But first, we got to build our own household, our own community. So right now, I'm working on my fam, trying to get my fam. I'm trying to build a community. They ain't got to stay here 24/7, but I just saying, hey, come out here. We get together. Every now and then we get together. We cohabitate. We get to know each other again. We get to trust each other again. We get to share each other stories, tribulations, and we build from there. And we reestablish this community. And you don't care about interest rates. You don't care about car loans, mortgages, none of that, because we eat out here. We surviving out here. It may not be what you want in season, but when it's in season, you eat good. We got to get back to that, fam. We gotta stop listening to all this noise out here. Stop believing in stuff that's not designed for our benefit, not designed for our prospering. I don't hear nothing about prospering. And even when it was conversation about prospering, guess what they did? They criminalized that. All these people stealing from people, taking from you. And they got you where you don't even want to think about prosperity. That's a bad word now due to anything when it comes to forward movement, forward thought. It's always suppressed. Every single time. Every single time. What we got? Country Hustle 101. What's up? Tailpipe drag. Ooh, yeah. Let's see. All right, y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay sound. Y'all stay cool. Thank you for coming on in. And Y'all already know whether the sun rises or whether the sun decides to tuck itself away, whether the moon rotates around the earth, make sure whatever you do, and I mean whatever you do, make sure that you keep on. What's up, D Jackson? Make sure that you keep on growing. Grow. All right, y'all. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and make sure you think about what I said now, fam. Y'all take care. Peace out. Much love.